For the most part, it's better to sit back and observe a little bit before you react to what the children are doing. I'm watching these 4 girls kind of running around right now, and I'm trying to find out what they're doing before I decide if I should jump into that or talk to them or interrupt or intervene or anything like that. It looks like they're doing quite all right. One important thing for teachers to keep in mind is that children do have some ability to solve their own problems. Oftentimes you'll see a teacher interrupt children when they're having a conflict over a toy. I try to take a step back and observe each child's behavior. And then if I do intervene, I like to ask the children their perspective. There is a conflict resolution technique that I like to use. It's a 5-step conflict resolution technique. The first step is to ask each child what happened and make sure that you give each child a turn to answer that. The next one is to share what I observed and show them what I saw. And then the next step would be to ask the children to suggest a course of action. What do you think we should do to solve this problem? And it's good to give each child a chance to give some suggestions without being critical of those suggestions. If both children can agree to a child introduced solution, that's the best outcome possible. So in addition to maintaining a positive or neutral voice, there are other things to consider when speaking with children. One is that we do not want to use coercion when we try to motivate children. In Japan, you often will hear teachers say, if you don't bring your homework in, I will be angry. Or, if you don't clean up, I will be sad. When you try to use coercive techniques with children, their motivation for doing something is not because it needs to be done, it's to please the teacher. My personal philosophy and what I understand through reading about child development and reading research on education is that those types of guidance techniques have negative effects on the children's emotional health. In some ways, they even are counterproductive. Rather than motivating the children to learn what you want them to learn, you motivate them to obey a teacher. So what happens when the teacher is not there? You have 2 risks there. One is every time the child sees something dirty, they panic because they have memories of mother or teachers being very angry at them. Or they simply feel a release and a freedom and they just actually feel like it's better not to clean up. It's important for the teacher to establish a clear routine for getting ready to leave the classroom, or to get ready to clean up the classroom, or to do a transition. So transitions need to be based on a routine with clear expectations.
Time to... That's right, thank you very much. Let's put our things away.
If there are not clear expectations, then the children may seem lost and they may wander. And if the expectations and the routine are too rigid, then the children might also have trouble holding their expectations in their memory, and they may also become lost and wander. So you want to hit that sweet spot of having a routine, having clear expectations, but not overly controlling the children. A classic example is when teachers ask the children to line up to get ready to go outside. The longer you're asking the children to stand in the line, the longer you're asking the children to fight their nature to move their bodies and wander. We teach young children in preschool. These are growing children. They have needs to move their bodies and needs to move their muscles. That's part of growing. The longer we ask them to stand still or to sit down still, the longer we're fighting that need that they have. So until the teacher is ready to walk out of the room, I don't recommend having them wait in line. Waiting by the door, waiting in an area, Those are perfectly acceptable and developmentally appropriate ways to ask the children to wait. There are times when we're walking in a street when we do need to be in a line to ensure child safety. Walking down the stairs is another time where walking in a line is probably safer. But waiting to leave a classroom, there is nothing dangerous about not being in a line. And there is nothing about being in a line that helps show the teacher that the children are ready. So I recommend saving those requirements of being in a line to when they are necessary for safety. If the teachers do that, I'm sure they'll find that the children are much more compliant and that they're much more able to agree with being in a line. A general guideline for placing materials in classrooms is that any materials that the children should have access to should be within reach of the children. Yeah, all these kind of things should be in reach of the children so they can use them independently. I'm going to put the tissue box here for today, so if you need a tissue, please come and get it.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, everybody's understanding. Wow. Tissues are something that children need for self-help skills. When they need to blow their nose, children should be at the point where they can go get a tissue independently, blow their nose, throw it in the garbage can, wash their hands. Those things they can do without teacher permission and without teacher instruction.
Hey guys, my name is Dylan. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see the full exclusive versions of all of our videos, check the link in the description and sign up for full access to our Mintleaf method. It's an amazing way to connect with our Mintleaf community and learn a lot about both teaching and parenting techniques as well. Hit the like and subscribe button for us if you would, it really helps us out. Can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Peace.